you're in trouble. You're in a lot of trouble. The worst thing is to be rude. You get the chance to speak, but don't interrupt me. It seems like that's what you do is kind of control the environment you're in. We've got two cases called now, 23 CR 1222 and 23 CR 951. Both the state of Texas versus Jeremy Dixon. Mr. Dixon? Yeah, present with your attorney, Mr. Vasquez, and the state's attorney. All right, the court has reviewed these files and recalls these cases. Go ahead, Mr. Vasquez.
Your Honor, it's a $1 million bond on a murder is the one most concerned with, and we'd asked for the bond to be lowered to $150,000, giving Mr. Dixon a chance to bond out. I've spoken with family members, but none of them are here to testify. I'm hoping they can pool the resources and come up with enough money to sign a contract to give to Mr. Dixon out. They've spoken to some bondsmen, and he could get out and work until his trial date, and maybe hire a lawyer of his own choosing.
How would that work? Well, he hadn't hired one yet, right?
No, sir.
Well, he says he has zero income. Well, this was back on October 23 when he was arrested about 2 months after the murder case was filed. And he claims zero income, and that's my writing. I wrote it, zero income according to the defendant. I was on what's changed.
Your Honor.
Wait a second. Yeah, what's changed? You know, I mean, he's been in jail. So how can he hire somebody if he's not, if he has zero income?
Well, Judge, I don't want to misrepresent anything to the court. I'm thinking, or it's been indicated to me that the family members will try and raise him.
What's stopping them from doing that right now?
I don't know.
What else do you want to add? Because I've got some things on the record.
That's all I have.
Anything from the state?
Just that the nature of these two cases, that the timeline in which they occurred makes it very clear to me that the bond is sufficient and should not be lowered.
Oh, anything you want to say?
Yes, at the time, October 2nd.
Of what year?
23. I was already incarcerated August 6th. I was arrested August 6th when I lost my job because of my arrest.
Okay. Have you been in custody ever since?
Ever since.
Yeah. Okay. So where would your income come from if you were released?
Work.
What work? What
Well,
work do you have?
My family has a mechanic shop.
Oh, okay. Are you good at
Yes,
it? Okay. Well, how much do you get? How much do you get paid? How long did you work with them?
Well, all my life.
All your life? Oh, okay. And you are right now what? 35. Okay. And you've been working for them. You've made a good income
That's it.
since how long were you working for? Like when you turned 18 or something?
Yeah.
And so about 16 or 17 years? Okay. So how much is it that you made?
They go by commission.
Sir?
They go by commission.
Oh,
50%
okay, whatever. How much income did you have? Annually about?
Oh, 50,000 a year.
50,000 a year?
50, 60.
That's pretty good. I want you to send me all your income tax returns so that I can verify that. And those are on file. Get them to me so I can look at them, okay?
I haven't filed taxes since 2021.
Get the ones you had before. Get all the tax returns that you have filed. You can get those from the IRS, copies of them. You ought to have copies.
Yeah.
Get
And
those. Get those so I can verify that you really had an income like that.
Yeah, and I worked side jobs too.
That should be on your income tax return.
Yeah, it's all on
Good. Then get them to me. Get copies to me. Do you understand?
I don't.
That's the first thing. The next thing is the record's going to show a couple of things. Number one, this 23 CR 951 is the first event. And this alleges that on July 2nd, 2023, you were charged with that you committed aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, a second-degree felony, with the use of a deadly weapon, namely an automobile. And that was indicted, looks like 3 weeks or so after the event. The grand jury got on that pretty quickly. When were you arrested on that case? Do you remember?
I wasn't.
You never were?
Never.
There was a warrant issued on that date, a capias for you.
Well, I was told the warrant was issued August 9th after I was already arrested.
It was issued the day it was handed up by the grand jury on July 26th.
And I was also told that that indictment was about hearsay and allegations.
Don't talk about that.
And, but the grand jury indicted you. That's all that's important. The grand jury indicted you. They have evidence, probable cause you committed a crime, period. That's the way indictments work. It's not a debate on what the evidence was, but they handed it up. You're going to interrupt me?
So
No, yeah. You're in trouble. You're in a lot of trouble. The worst thing is to be rude. You get the chance to speak, but don't interrupt me. It seems like that's what you do, is kind of control the environment you're in. We all have a fair opportunity. Don't step on me when I'm speaking. She has to take down everything that's said. When we both speak over each other, she can't do it. When she can't do that job, the Court of Criminal Appeals, the highest court, gets upset with somebody because they say, we want to review what goes on in the courtrooms. But when everybody's speaking over each other, the court reporter can't do her job. So someone gets in trouble. It's going to be you, not me. Do you understand? Don't speak over me. That's what we learned that in first grade. Don't interrupt. You'll get a fair chance to be heard. Okay, so we have an indictment and a warrant pending on July 2nd of 2023. Then on August 6th of 2023, what's that? A month, a little over a month later, it is alleged you committed the first-degree felony of murder. Then a warrant comes out on that because that's indicted on August 23rd. So they indicted you about 2 weeks after this. So there are 2 warrants. What was the date he was arrested? And each of these involve.
Day of the murder, Judge.
Okay. Each of these allege you committed violent crimes and used a deadly weapon in each case. So those work against you. When it's an aggravated crime, when there's 2 aggravated crimes, you get double trouble. So what are his bonds on each of these?
50,000. No, it's down. And 1 million on the murder.
And this first aggravated assault, it was alleged that you drove over a human with your automobile, and they were injured because of that. The other motive, you used a firearm in the killing of another human being. Okay, the other. Case criminal history here. About criminal history, Mr. Vasquez, anything you want to comment on? Because that's one of the factors in setting a bond is the circumstances of the crime. And in this case, two violent crimes committed within a few weeks of each other. And even aggravating offenses that are from an aggravated assault next to a murder. The court is reviewing a criminal history data. And what do y'all want? Anything you want to say? Because it's four. Well, the criminal history is four. Looks like the defendant was placed on deferred or unadjudicated probation on two cases in 2010, illegal possession of controlled substance and a theft.
That's correct, Judge.
Did he satisfactorily serve those probations?
As far as we know.
Then in 2013, he was convicted of failing to identify. That's a misdemeanor, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
And then also convicted in 2017 for eluding or fleeing a police officer. What happened on those two cases, please, on the controlled substance and the theft? There's F as in Frank 98069 and F as in Frank 10-9188. He was placed on deferred or unadjudicated probation on August 23rd of 2010. Did you serve those out satisfactorily? How long were those deferred? How long was the deferred? Does it show?
I believe it was 5 years.
But he's convicted in 2013 of failing to identify. I guess they didn't revoke him for that.
Yeah, that's a little.
You know anything about that?
I don't.
Everything
I think he's acting like he knows.
What? Yes.
I was let off early on probation.
Oh, they dismissed it early?
Yes.
Okay.
Well. The oh no.
You can get it off. You can get dismissed in a third if you do well. A third of it. So what's a third of 5? 1 2/3. 1 2/3 years. So you're on deferred, and then 3 years later,
Yeah.
you're charged with failing to identify so your probations could have ended then. Before that.
MTRP was filed.
Ma'am?
But an MTRP was filed,
On which case?
the 09-8069.
Yeah, the controlled substance.
But then they did early dismiss his probation in 2013, February of 2013.
What happened in the motion to revoke
So I'm
probation?
assuming it was recalled. In the images.
Okay. All right.
Judge, I will also point out to the court, that's not going to be in that criminal history because it was run when this was indicted. But he has a 2023 offense of discharging a firearm in a municipality that he pled to while he's been in jail.
Okay, it's a class A misdemeanor, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
But both on together on probation, so both were dismissed on February 20th.
Do you have a driver's license? Did you have a driver's license? An active, valid one?
Yes, sir.
It was not taken away? It wasn't? You certain?
Yes, sir.
Do you know how many traffic violations that you were charged with between 2019? I'm sorry, between 2007 and 2019? That'd be 12 years. Do you know how many?
Oh,
Yes. I mean, it's your life, you know, but I'm looking at it.
I mean, I don't know how many, but
About how many?
And tickets on.
About how many tickets would you say you got?
I'm paying $7,300 worth of tickets.
$7,300? No, no. So how many separate offenses of operating motor vehicle irresponsible? About how many? You know, it's your life. I know how many I've gotten. Yes.
Don't know.
Well, about when? About how many?
I don't know.
38.
Oh,
38. That's
that was from
yeah.
the affected part.
Yeah, tickets, and also these are misdemeanors, but it's a whole bunch of them. Plus theft, disorderly conduct, illegal possessions. No, those are, there's a cluster of state jails between charges in 2009, 10, and 11. Anyway, the problem is that for someone, you know, as you from youth, you have been consistent in committing crimes, and these are just getting worse. We go from traffic violations, which are Class C misdemeanors, and now you've got a first-degree felony of a murder, an aggravated assault, a second-degree felony, almost within uh, a month of each other. You pick up these, and so the aggravated nature of each of these crimes are most disturbing, and then your criminal history has gone from numerous Class C misdemeanors to now first-degree felonies. And the circumstances of the crime in each case are severe. Your criminal history, even though you're not loaded with a lot of felony convictions, it has been a consistent pattern of irresponsibility in failing to follow the rules. All right, anything else?
No, sir.
Anybody want to add anything?
No,
The court finds that the bonds are sufficient in their amount because the reasons for bonds to be set based upon the circumstances of the crime, in this case, two separate serious violent crimes, including a most serious murder. And those are worthy of high bonds to not only show the seriousness of these crimes, but to protect the community from further criminality of the defendant. Now, we're set for trial coming up, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, we tried to get it last time, but this is on our radar. So are we going to try the murder or both at the same time?
Just the murder.
All right.
I plan to offer extraneous evidence of the other.
All right, anything else, Joe?
no.
All right, that is all. Thank you.
Yes.
Next, we got. Don't get you closer.
And there it is. Protecting the community from further criminality. The judge didn't just deny the bond reduction. He called Jeremy out for what he is, consistently irresponsible. This wasn't a one-time mistake. This wasn't a heat-of-the-moment tragedy. According to the court, this was the natural conclusion of a life spent ignoring every boundary put in front of him. From traffic tickets to aggravated assault with a car, to a murder charge, it's a ladder of escalation. It's heavy to watch because you realize that the system actually tried to give this guy chances. He was on probation, he had early dismissals, He had opportunities to turn it around. But some people mistake kindness for weakness, and they mistake a fair chance for a chance to manipulate. Jeremy Dixon walked into that courtroom thinking he could talk his way out of $1 million bond. He walked out realizing that his past finally caught up to his future. What do you guys think? Did the judge handle this right? Or was he being too hard on a guy who was just trying to get back to work? Let me know in the comments.